Hey everyone, welcome back to another YouTube video of me playing The Sims on my Inspiron 1520. We are here with Cheryl Philpine. And just chilling out with the kiddo. She's working on her artwork still. She's got the hair a lot done and part of the boots and the uniform. She's doing really good. I'm really proud of her. We're just here chilling. Okay.
What's today's topic?
Well, today's topic is 7 steps to better boundaries. That's what today's topic is. Or not today's topic. Have I been saying today's topic?
Yep.
Oh. Because sometimes I release more than once a day, right? So
Today's multiple topics.
yeah, like this video's topic, or today's conversation, that does the same thing. This video conversation, or something along those lines, I guess, is about it's something else that I got from Lisa Romano, and I thought that we could talk about 7 steps to better boundaries. I personally have issues with boundaries. I grew up in a household where boundaries was never respected. Actually, I was thinking about making that like a story about that part of a topic of mine eventually, but I'll get there. This is a really nice house. Like I can tell I really put a lot of, I'll back up so you can see.
It's kind of weird that you have like an outdoor plant inside.
I have lots of outdoor plants inside. I have lots of plants inside and outside. See, it has like a nice garden, and it's got, see how everything's all around, and you can see.
Yeah. I like how you did the plants, like the I can't remember.
The flowers around, like the trim.
So, landscape.
The landscape, the walkway and stuff. Yeah. Sometimes I
hate doing landscaping. So
I got a glare going on with that light.
I'm sorry, I can't turn it off.
I know, I can fix it. I'm trying to fix it, guys. Alright. Here. There. Come on, stay. Stay. Alright.
This red was a bit darker, but it's a little bit too late now.
Perfect. It will just be more whatever for me, but I don't care.
Chips on the table.
Crumbs, you mean?
Chips, like chips in the wood of the table.
Oh. Yeah.
It's an old table.
The table, that's, yeah. For the amount of money I paid for it, it definitely is shitty. Or like the top of it.
Yeah.
Can you do me a favor? I went and stuff that mat. I left the tap running. Can you go? I can hear it. You're an amazing daughter, and I appreciate and love you. Yeah. Okay. So, I don't know. I never even really realized what boundaries were until last year. I never even, when I started to watch Lisa Romano, and I kind of figured it out after watching her and learning what was going on. Then I started to watch so much stuff of life coaches. Remember when I was going through that phase for like all day, every day, when I was like watching everything I possibly could about life coaches and narcissistic parents and boundaries.
That shit was so annoying.
Oh, but I learned so much and I grew so much, and like I really it really helped me in more ways than like a lot of people would have ever known, right? Like it really helped me. So yeah, so see, she bangs her knee off of this too, but I banged my knee off this a whole bunch the other day. Yeah, because the way where I'm sitting, because of the, oh, it's snowing.
Oh, cue game leg. Cue game leg.
Oh, it's been lagging like since I exited out of the first game. Yeah, because like I had to go and look for the family, and that took forever. Sometimes it does take forever, but yeah.
I really wish this red was darker.
Oh.
I thought it was going to be a lot darker, but it isn't, and it's annoying me.
Oh.
It's like more of a pink.
Well, that's okay, because it's not she's supposed to have like a pink.
No, like, it's okay. It's actually really more like a dark, like a blood red type color.
Mm-hmm. Okay.
On her bow, and it's bothering me.
Well.
But I'm not going to redo it, because that's too much work.
Yeah. I think that would be stupid if you did something like that.
Just imagine I restart the entire thing because I didn't like the color of the red.
Oh my god.
I think he might kill me.
No, I wouldn't do that, because I like the freedom I have, and I do like you, but I definitely would make fun of you mercilessly and do a lot of things that would cause you secondhand embarrassment, to physically torture you as possibly.
You do that already.
I know. So, but I do that at home. I would do that in public.
No.
Yeah.
Don't do that.
Because I can't physically harm you, but emotional abuse. Emotional abuse. Yeah. And if you, after you spend like almost 3 weeks working on that,
mm-hmm.
if you throw this out because you don't like the red not being as dark as it should, I am 100% going to secondhand embarrass you in public. Okay. Now on to our topic of boundaries.
Am I allowed to walk away?
No, absolutely not. That defeats the purpose. And like I said,
Can I pretend I don't know you?
No, because child, we look so much alike that yeah, that's not gonna happen. Good luck though. All right, so 7 steps to better your boundaries. Yeah. Okay, so the first one is acknowledge how you feel. So when...
Please stop hurting my secondhand embarrassment.
See, that is an acknowledgement. That's that's not saying how you feel.
Oh.
Yeah, you have to say how you feel. Like,
I don't know an example.
Well, if you would stop interrupting me...
Never.
Well, the disrespect, I tell you. So, say someone, okay, like, when you were younger, and we were living at your grandmother's house, you were sleeping in your bed, and she would get up in the morning and wake you up sometimes, and because she had to see you before she went for work. Even though you were still sleeping, I was still sleeping, and the rule of thumb is let sleeping babies lie. Let that sleeping baby sleep. Well, I asked her, I said, can you not go in the mornings and wake you up? And she said, no, I want to, and I need to see her before I go to work. So tough. Yeah, and that is not respecting my boundaries. Okay, that will, and that it made me feel inadequate. It made me feel small. It made me feel helpless. Like, because I couldn't just say, can you just please not wake up my child? Because, like, this is when I was about to take over the lease in your grandmother's house, and your grandmother was going to move in with Bessie, right? So Bessie wouldn't have to go to the nursing home. So I was sleeping on the couch. All my stuff was still in storage. You were in your bedroom, and your grandmother would get up. She'd be already showered. She'd be already leaving, ready to leave for work. But she would have to see you before she left for work, and she would go in and you would be asleep, and she would wake you up and get you up and give you a kiss, and then she'd bring you into me. And it's like, why would you do that? Why? And when she did go move out of that house, it was just you and I there, you slept in until 10 o'clock. Like, it's because I said to her, I said, could you please, like, not do that? And she said, no, I have to see her.
Was that the house where we had Duke?
Yeah, that's the house we had Duke, right? When we were living in the small town.
Okay.
Yeah, so, I said, can you not do that? And she said, no, I have to see you before you leave. Tough, too bad. I'm gonna continue to do that. And anyways, she's already up. No, you weren't. So, like, that's no respect for my boundaries. No respect for me trying to say, okay, I'm the parent. I really would like you to not do this. Right? That, and me right now, I didn't know back then that was her not respecting my boundaries. I didn't know back then that was me trying to set a boundary and her not respecting it. I didn't know it. Like, I grew up in a family where no one respected anyone's boundaries. Even today, my mother and her sisters, they do not respect people's boundaries at all. They don't. So, and then the number 2 thing is what you should do is to take a deep breath and smile and just suspend. You just sensed your inner self. So when I feel small and inadequate, because I'm an adult, I have a child, I've been taking care of you, I tried to set a boundary, but because my mother disrespected and just completely didn't even acknowledge my boundary, it made me feel small and childlike and inadequate. And I am an adult child of a narcissist, right? So that was my inner child that I sensed that would make me feel, inadequate and scared and small and not hold my ground, because I should have held my ground and reaffirmed my boundary and like, no, I'm the mother and I want you to do this and you have to stop, right? But narcissists don't like boundaries being set. So there's that. Remember, most people don't know they've stepped over the boundary line unless you tell them, right? So, like, what I should have done if I really kind of had a better understanding of boundaries and kind of like what I would do in the future when if we decide that allowing contact would be a good idea. Like if I try to set a boundary and then the boundary is not set, I have to, or if the boundary is just completely just ignored, then I also have to say, no, this is important. You have to do this. And please just, I really would like you to respect my wishes because I am an adult and I shouldn't have to say that I'm an adult. And I would like what makes me feel comfortable about the way I raise you or how I choose to make decisions, respected. Yeah. And you have to make sure you say, okay, well, like I should have said, I don't feel, I really don't appreciate that you didn't respect my boundary and can you please just not, and then reaffirm and then say, well, then you're crossing a boundary. But you can't really do that with a narcissist. These are more ideal for people who aren't narcissistic. Okay. And then you identify what kind of boundary has been crossed. Emotional, physical, intellectual, etc. So, I was trying to set a physical boundary with your grandmother, and she crossed the physical boundary, right? So that would be me identifying that, right? And then take the time to mentally identify the outcome you would have preferred. So my outcome that I would have preferred would have been okay, I understand that you would like to see your child, my granddaughter and whatever, or whatnot, what have you. And then it would be like, well, could there be a compromise? Maybe if she like slowly peeked her head in, and if you were awake, then yes, I would give the go ahead. But if you were actually asleep, then you could ask permission if it's okay. But to just go in and say, hey, I don't care. I want to see your child I need to see her before I start my day for work. Like, no. That's not how that works. No. And then you just take another deep breath and express your desire clearly. So, what would be done if I would have had the chance to do the same thing, would be like, okay, if that whole thing happened and then she said, no, tough, too bad, I need to see her, then I would say, please, I really think it's important to let my daughter sleep, get her full amount of sleep, and I'm sure we could come up with a compromise, but if not, then I will have to either make sure I get up in the morning and stand there and basically guard your bedroom, that's something I would have to do, or what I did do is just basically deal with it for the month and a half, 2 months, every day that she did that. And that's all I just dealt with it. And I shouldn't have let her disregard my boundary. Right? All right. And then the seventh and final thing is be prepared to set another boundary according to how the other person responds. See, I didn't set another boundary. I just kind of was like, let it happen. But setting another boundary would be like, coming up with a compromise or rules, like saying, like, okay, this needs to be done, And that, and that's it. And it's kind of boring because she's gone to work, so there's, like, nothing going on.
You just have this time sped up, so...
Oh, yeah, but it's slow because of the lagginess, right? So it doesn't really matter. So basically, we were just watching there was butterflies, and now there's nothing.
Oh, wow.
Yeah.
She's the only one in the house. It's a big house for one person.
Well, 2 rooms. One over there, one over there.
I'm surprised this looks like a favorite Sim household.
No, just a house that I kind of spend time on.
Huh.
Sometimes when they're not laggy. Okay. Thanks so much for hanging out with us for this little while. If you like this video, click like. If you want to see more of me playing The Sims on my Inspiron 1520, hit subscribe, and I'll be back with another video.